Hey guys, now I'm giving back here for the video, guys. Today we'll talk about Madden 22 base elite and my early predictions on who's gonna get what overall. So let's go ahead and just get it started right away, guys. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy we all know who is going to be number one is probably going to be Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is an absolute monster. Cheetah every single year usually get the high overall card. I think this year he'll probably get the 89 overall or 88 overall edition of his card. In all honesty, because again, this man is a monster. He is arguably the best receiver in the NFL today. Obviously, you can make the case for, Devonte Adams, Stephan Dix, very, very great receivers, D-Hops too. But I think arguably, in my opinion, Cheetah is the best receiver in the game right now. But again, we have to wait and see what ends up happening with the other two guys. But with that in mind, the 87 overall for next year, in my opinion, will of course be Mr. Devonte Adams, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who took forever to get a card this year in Madden. For some reason, EA Sports did not want to give him a card this year, but I do believe next year he will be receiving a card, with most likely being an 87 overall edition for Devonte Adams. Should be a very, very good card, and should again day one be very expensive in all honesty. Next guy we have here, guys, is going to be Stephan Dix. Stephan Dix is going to go ahead and last year come in at 85, and this year I think he'll come in at 86 overall. Should be a very good card. Should have some decent catching stats. I mean, every single year, even this edition right here, for day one, this is not bad catching stats for Stephan Dix. So he should have some decent catching stats. He should come in day one and actually pack a punch to help out any team in Madden day one. So it should be a pretty good, decent player. Nonetheless, though, next guy we have here is DK Metcalf. Last season really took off in the NFL. Definitely showed himself as a monster in the NFL. Should have a really good I won't say best card in Madden, but he definitely should get a decent card. I'm gonna guess, if I had to guess, probably the 85. I want to say 86. Okay, so last year the best card he had was a 76, and I want to say he's gonna get another 86. I feel like there's gonna be multiple 86 overalls, and with all these good players, I feel like this year, going into this year, there are so many amazingly great players in the NFL right now. And this last season, I think we really progressed a lot more stars and a lot more talented players actually getting, or possibly getting base elites because of how good they actually are. And I will say one thing, DK Metcalf is another player who should be receiving at very least, probably an 86, 85, 86 overall card. Nonetheless, though, our next guy on the list here is going to go ahead and be Mr. Deandre Hopkins, who is now with the Arizona Cardinals. And he didn't have as fantastic of a season, I feel like, last year as he did a year before that when he was with Houston. But he's still an amazing receiver. Definitely still going to get a really, really good base elite card. Like I said before, he'll probably be the 85 overall edition of the base elite. So he should be some pretty decent stats. Like even this card, for example, decent speed for day one and really good catching ability. He's going to give you that. Obviously, he's the guy who got the Hail Mary catch and gave the Cardinals a win against the Bills. So should have a pretty decent card. Next guy we have here is going to go ahead and be Calvin Ridley. He's another player who's going to see this year have a pretty good card in Madden 22. Last year, he only had a 79 overall card, and this year he should have a lot better of a card. My guess would be probably the 84 overall for the base elites. Next guy is going to be on a brand new team, and it's going to be Julio Jones. And I think him and I want to say AJ Brown, both these guys will probably be the same overall. They'll probably both be 84 overall cards. And they're both going to be really, really decent day one, definitely stat wise. I would not be surprised if both of them had pretty similar stats, as both of them are pretty similar type receivers. Should have some pretty decent stats, should look very, very good stat wise. Our next card and the last card we're going to talk about in this video is going to go ahead and be Justin Jefferson. Could have run Rookie of the Year last year. Very possible. And the fact he didn't obviously came down to Justin Herbert was actually that amazing. But last season he had a 70 overall card, or 74 overall card. This season he should definitely be in the ballpark of an 83, 82 overall card. So again, a lot better than last season. Not, amazingly great, but still pretty great. So some other notable names who could be receiving base elites other than the guys I listed: Keenan Allen, Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, Scary Terry, Adam Thielen, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, Robert Woods, CeeDee Lamb. All possible candidates for elite cards in Madden 22. Should be a pretty good year. I talked about a video on my main channel today about how 22 is going to be more different than any other year we've ever seen, and it's going to be very interesting to see what ends up happening. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.